Hey, welcome. How's everybody doing? Hey, so grateful. How you doing? Caribbean food play, what's going on? Good evening, good night. Heaven sent, how are you? And free thinker, what's going on? Hey, everybody in the balcony up there. I just really came to talk about a few things. Of course, we all know that Bernie Sanders has won the Nevada caucus, excuse me. He won by a large margin, actually, almost about 20 points over Joe Biden. Joe Biden did come in second, which means he's kind of still in it. Pete Buttigieg came in fourth, and Elizabeth Warren before him. So, how you doing, Haitian Princess? Welcome back. I missed you. So, good, bad news if you are a Biden fan. There's still hope if you are a Bernie Sanders supporter. He is now the front runner, officially the front runner of this whole thing. So, that was some news to share that happened today. As far as anything else, of course, if you don't know, Russia is on it to make sure Trump wins this 2020 election. So be mindful of what you click on or press on Facebook or any kind of social media, because the Russian bots are out and they will try to take your information. So be careful. If it don't look familiar to you or asking you for a survey, 9 times out of 10, leave it alone, because they're out. How you doing, Shay? Again, congratulations on your 1,000, Shay. Great accomplishment. Welcome. Anybody new that I missed besides Shay? Hey, Indigo, forever, how are you? Nice to see you. I forgot what my hashtag was. Yeah, Bernie Sanders. It was something else. Hey, how you doing, Chief Velocity? Welcome. Yeah, please be careful with the Russia thing. Please, people, do not. If you don't notice nothing on Facebook, don't do no surveys. I wouldn't touch it. Definitely be careful with emails. Now at this point, be careful with anything asking you to click something, to take a survey, click this, click that. I would be very careful with that, because they're out there. They are definitely trying to steal your vote or make sure you don't vote or take away your registration. Who knows what they're about to do, but I would definitely, on the safe side, I wouldn't press nothing. Yeah, I've been skipping over them. Yeah, I would too. I definitely would. I wouldn't trust it. I really just came on because I didn't have nothing to do, and it keeps my mind off of stuff. A lot of you don't know, but it's been, let's see, 20. So it's been 15 years, but my dad passed away on the 22nd today, 15 years ago. So I try to keep myself as occupied as possible so I don't think about it too much. So that's mainly why I come on. I was bored, so it was like, hey. And then I had stuff to talk about, so why not? So other than that, that was about it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So are there any questions or anything anybody want to ask? It's free, open. You can ask whatever. Thank you so much. I mean, it's an ordeal. I called my brother earlier, but he didn't answer. So Thank you, thank you. So he's going through his own little thing, and we kind of give each other space around this time. But the debate was good. The debate was good. The debate was a couple days ago, so today they just did the vote, which basically means everybody just went to your polling place and you voted, and they kind of decide who will get the members for the Democratic convention coming up in July. And next is South Carolina, I believe. So that's what it was. When I said what's next is South Carolina. So anybody in South Carolina, be prepared. It is on the 29th is your primary. So, and then Super Tuesday is March 3rd. So it's kind of getting to where things really start to pick up steam, and people who are really lagging behind definitely just drop off. So we will soon have an official front runner. People will start to pick their running mates pretty soon, and you'll get a kind of a better feel of who you want, who are you leaning towards, and who you're just going to throw your support in just because you don't want that other guy. But, how I feel about Bloomberg? I mean, yeah. Okay, I'll say this for the business aspect of New York City, he did a great job. I can't deny that, as far as on the business level. But as far as how he treated us as Black people, especially young Black people, no, because I could see him doing what he did in New York on a larger scale, which you think, every so often you hear about an unarmed shooting is bad. It was worse. It was like you would be walking down the street and get harassed and stopped and actually frisked and all that, and you couldn't do nothing about it. And sometimes they would plant drugs on people just on purpose. So it got really bad. It did get really bad. Otherwise, I know that the only reason why they're gunning for him to be the nominee as far as the DNC is because he's Trump. He's Trump, and he can answer to, I'm going to just be real and say, the bigots and the racists that are hardcore Trump supporters and loyal to him. He can pick some of them off because he's rich like Trump, he's racist like Trump, and all those things. But we really got to get past that. Like, we can't. The only reason why this man won in the first place is because a lot of people did not vote, and that's just the truth of the matter. And then the people that did vote, some of them said, "Oh, I'm voting for Hillary," and went right in that booth and pressed that thing for Trump. They just didn't want you to know that, because they didn't want you to judge them and call them a bigot or whatever, or racist or what have you. But hey, if you support it, you support it. You can't say you support it. I only like some things. No, if you support it, you support it. It's the same thing. Like when we go, when we do things to other countries, they don't go, well, that part of the United States is bad. He's the representative. He represents us. So him being the representative, whatever he does affects us. So therefore, it goes the same way. I saw something about Kilpatrick. Hold on one second. I'm not sure. I think he is Jewish. I'm not sure if he's Jewish, but I think Bloomberg is Jewish. There was something about Kilpatrick. I'm sorry. One thing is he Vanessa? Yeah, that's what it was. No nonsense. I saw he just wrote something. I don't think he is, because he's like this and not like this. If he does, he's only doing it for the vote. That's it. So I don't think so. And the only reason why he pardoned that young lady, not only did Kim Kardashian, do that whole hoopla, and then he had Kanye West in the office. It's all for show. For him, whatever will get him in front of a camera and get you kind of dancing around like a circus clown, he's all for it. So, but genuinely, no. Genuinely, no. And also, the Republicans, as far as the Trump campaign, they're out here giving black people money. So, to make sure that you vote for him. So they're pulling out all the stops. So trust and believe it. Please, the Kool-Aid. I'm most likely for Biden to looking at Bloomberg. I mean, on paper he would be good. But he's just a nicer Trump. That's all it is. How Trump is and how racist and brass he is, like in your face, it's with Bloomberg, it's nicer. It's like, I mean, he still says some racist stuff, but it's not that bad because he's doing other things. No, to me, it's bad altogether. Please throw Diamond and Silk in a lake somewhere. Please. I just can't. They make my skin crawl. And they make my skin crawl only because they perpetuate that same kind of shuck and drive kind of attitude. And then, get off the plantation. But y'all sound like you're on the plantation. And again, I understand. We as black people, we do have to stop voting just to vote for the Democratic ticket because they feel like they have it in the bag. That we must stop doing. I am all for that. But at the same time, though, I mean, you really got to look at it. Yes, the lesser of two evils. Do we really need 4 more years of, we don't know what else. Like, at least with this first 4, he was able to get checked somewhat. This next 4, there is no check whatsoever. He could do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants to do it. And there's really nothing that we can do, but nothing that they can do but have hearings to talk about what he's done. But other than that, that's it. So this is it. So if you feel that your senator did not do the correct job, this is when you play the role and you actually say, you know what? No, he should have been guilty, and go out and vote. Other than that, I don't know. Hey, Auntie Donna, how you doing? No nonsense. You again. Yeah, it is crazy how few options we have. I think the options are going to get better, though, because I do believe that, I'm hoping that a lot of the Democratic candidates pick good running mates and not people that, you like, who's that? I really hope somebody taps Stacey Abrams. I'm thinking it's either going to be Biden or I don't see Bernie doing it. I see Bernie probably going with Elizabeth Warren because they share kind of like the same kind of views on a lot of things. So I don't know. Right. I agree. Do we what? Not for 45 out. We really don't have too much of an option. If you don't vote him out, he's in there. The only thing you can do to, and that's only in particular states where you have senators running for re-election, is vote them out. So at least that way you have the option of the House and the Senate being one vote, and they can hold him accountable more for his actions. But at that state, there's really nothing that they could do. Like, they couldn't do, to my knowledge, they couldn't do another impeachment. Because usually the second one is you could do whatever. That's what everybody was hoping Obama would do. But he didn't because he couldn't. nobody showed up for the midterm elections like they did. And then so everything kind of went, downhill. He couldn't really do much. And yeah, granted, he didn't do a lot, but he did do some things. But people have to understand that if you don't have the backing of Congress, you really can't do anything. Those executive orders, they're just, a lot of them are just kind of fluff. Yeah, so we just need to make sure that we are paying attention, at least somewhat. I mean, I know for a lot of people, it's not your thing. And that's really why I started doing this, to basically bring awareness to it and to kind of chop it down and cut through all the stuff. And basically, so you get like pretty much like what's going on, what is this about, what do you need to do, without all the extra fluff and stuff. However, on the debate, if you do get a chance to check it out, it was good for two things. One, the way Elizabeth Warren came at Bernie Sanders, that was crazy. But also, Bernie Sanders did talk about the healthcare for all, which I figured how it was going to work. It's not that you have to get rid of your health provider. You don't. It's just that everybody would be able to be covered. So you wouldn't have to get rid of your health provider, and whomever you like, you would not have to. However, what a lot of people are afraid of with his whole plan is that, say you have a personal private doctor that you pay money for. You don't want, well, not you, but some people don't want other people of a different class coming to their doctor. But then the reality is, look at it. How can you? I know I am. I know I am. It's just that it is trying to go, but it keeps hanging around. But anyway, the people who, like low income people and people like, oh, I don't want them coming to my doctor. All right. But the reality is, how can they? If they don't have the transportation to go to your doctor in the hills or somewhere in an exclusive area, how are they getting there? I mean, if the bus don't go out there, transportation doesn't go out there, how are they getting out there? So 9 times out of 10, that's unlikely to happen. Usually they will find a doctor in their area, just as we all do, depending on where we're at. So I think a lot of times we just need to do a little research and stop getting in our heads. Because again, like I always say, we use the social programs already. Hey, Lady T, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. We use the social programs already. However, the businesses use them more. They get the more welfare. They get anything. Let a business call right now and say, hey, yeah, we may not make it on the green in at the end of this financial quarter. We may need some help. They will get that help, wind up turning a profit, and then when tax time comes, pay pennies to what they got in loans, and then give themselves bonuses of an exorbitant amount. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Lady T. I will appreciate it. But yeah, Warren did come for, like, she was prepared too, and she was ready. Yeah, well, that's why I don't be going out much, because I already know me. I get sick. I will catch a cold in a second, and it like lingers around for some reason. And as much vitamin C and all that stuff I take is once it, and black seed oil, I do that a lot too. But once I like stop, and I've not had a cold for like 2 years, and then all of a sudden it'll just come and then it'll be like hanging around. It's just like I don't like it. Oh, thank you, Miss Hogg. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I try. I think Bernie Sanders' plan is better than Elizabeth Warren. Medicare and loan forgiveness. Yeah, I mean, granted, we're always thinking about, well, who's going to pay for it? Who's going to pay for it? The same people that pay for everything else. We do. I mean, they get all bent up out of shape. Like, who's going to pay for it? Who's going to pay for all the Secret Service that Trump is having go to his hotels and all the money that he's charging the Secret Service and all the personnel that go with him daily when they go to every hotel he owns or has his name on, because he don't necessarily own them. We pay for it. So it's the same thing. We're gonna be paying for a lot of it. However, I do believe that they're just gonna ask the rich to pay a little more, and we'll just make do. I think at this point, any system would be better than the one we have. I mean, granted, there are more people actually following through with care and not ending up in the emergency rooms, overcrowding them. So that's a good thing. But it could always be better. Oh, what was that? I missed it. I think he will if he has a Democratic Congress behind him and a Senate, he will be able to deliver on his promises. If he doesn't, he won't. And it's just that simple. If he has a majority Congress behind him, even though they don't particularly care for him, again, because it's all about the money, and the big businesses run a lot of government policies, and they don't like Bernie because he, chips away at a lot of things that they are able to do. And that's the sad part, but it's the true reality of it. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, the taxpayers are going to pay for it anyway. We pay for everything. Trust and believe. I'm pretty sure by the time Trump leaves office, we're going to have a bill about $1 million, if not more. Because remember, all of his children get Secret Service. And they all go to the hotels and they have to buy the rooms and all that stuff. So, we sitting here worried about how you going to pay for it, who's paying for health care and all this and that. And it's like, I'd rather pay for health care than to pay for a rich man who doesn't want to spend his own money, but rather make me pay for him going to a property that he owns just so he can sleep. No thanks. I'm sorry. I'm not. It's already gonna break. I mean, and that's the funny part. For Republicans to be so fiscally responsible during Obama, it was always, no, the debt ceiling is gonna go. No, we're not gonna raise the debt ceiling because we've already squandered up enough debt. The debt is going up and up, and no Republican is outraged. Everybody's just like, bring it on. And it's like hypocrites. But again, everybody's getting money. All these Republicans are getting money from all this keeping quiet and going along with the status quo. The senator from Alaska, she just got $20 million from the transportation department. Who runs the transportation department, while you ask? Sure, I'll tell you. Mitch McConnell's wife is in charge of the transportation department. And she got $20 million for Alaska. Next time you ride around in your car and you see potholes and you wonder why your city can't fix it, Mitch McConnell's wife is going around giving $20 million tickets to folks who let Trump slide. So they are lining their pockets big time. So a lot of times people wonder, well, why nobody saying nothing? Why they not standing up? Because they're getting money. They're getting money. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters to a lot of them. That's why they stay forever. Because you can make a deal, cut a deal, and line your pockets. Lined your pockets. I mean, it was a great man. Even the gentleman that just passed not too long ago, Cummings, his net worth was like $5 million. I'm in the wrong business. I need to run for Congress. I definitely need to run for Congress. $5 million? And he's only been in Congress since 96. $5 million. Nice. Nice. But yeah. We definitely need to be a little more vigilant. Don't fall for the okie doke. Because they will give it to you. They definitely will give it to you. Let's see. Did I pull up anything else? I thought I pulled up some other news. So anybody other than No Nonsense is in Detroit or close nearby or from Detroit? Yeah, because that's big business too. They've noticed anything in which other people can start making money, they're jumping on it. Like even with the marijuana thing, they didn't legalize it, and they're not legalizing it until they can get a hold on it to where they can get a cut. Everything is about what they can get. As long as they can get a cut, you're free to have it. The same thing happened with alcohol during Prohibition. It was like, nope, you can't use it. No, it's illegal. Once they started to regulate it and they were able to get a cut, then there you go. You was able to drink as much as you want. Drink, get sick, and all that. I'm pretty sure the same thing was with cigarettes for a while. Everything is like until they can be sure that they can make money off of it. Once they figure that out, then you can have it all you want. You can have it all you want. The only thing that they secretly make money off of, but they won't because it'd be too big of a thing, they won't do is drugs. That whole drug cartel thing, they're in cahoots with that. I'm pretty sure a lot of these drug cartels pay these military bases to make sure that their product lands and takes off on time. You can't tell me it's just people in regular trucks doing it. I don't buy it. Hey, YB the Kid, what's up? Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. I believe the drug cartels are in it. A lot of these government officials get paid to make sure stuff slide on by. And it is what it is. Even with all this border patrolling and control and all that, I think that's all to keep tabs and kind of hold tight to the drugs coming in and out, making sure that nobody's trying to cut them out of getting their money. So if you tighten it up, you sure to see what's coming in and what's coming out, and you can clear it away or bust them if you choose. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And also, if you go to vote.org, it will tell you when you can register, like your deadline to register if you haven't registered, and when your primaries are for your states, and It also gives you reminders too. If you put in your cell phone, it'll text you a reminder letting you know when election day is or whatever day you may need to vote for whatever. Um, so I think that's cool. Oh gosh, thank you. I was letting it out. Um, what was that? Why be the kid? What were you just talking about? Good. Oh, that's great. Yeah, definitely make sure your voter registration is up to date. How you doing there, brother Jay Wilson? It's definitely important to make sure your voter registration is up to date. And two, if you have moved, um, that's important too, to change that address, get that address changed and checked. Because what they might start doing, definitely certain states where in which they're Republican controlled, they may start being a lot stricter on your addresses. So if your driver's license address is different, maybe from the address you reside at now, you might want to start looking into that now. I do know that uh, one of the representatives in Arizona is trying to change the law. When I was in school, and I'm sure they still do it, but wherever you stayed at school, you spent majority of the year there. That was considered your residence, not where you came from, because you spent the majority of your time at school. So if there was an election, you could vote at your school. However, Arizona is trying to change that to where in which the college kids won't be able to vote come election time. They have to put their address from where they came from, not where they reside at school. And of course, because Arizona is doing it, a lot of other Republican leading states will start to try and implement these things to keep the young people from voting. So please make sure that your own documentation kind of matches up. If it's not matching up now, because maybe you just moved or anything, please make sure you check your voter registration and change that or tweak it or do anything you need to do, because trust and believe they will be on it to make sure that, hey, even if it's one vote, that one vote could make a difference. So please trust and believe. The governor from Georgia won by skinny hairs. They still actually, the judge just awarded Stacey Abrams' team the ability to look into what kind of practices he may have done to expunge almost 500,000 votes. So it is definitely serious. Like people say your vote doesn't count. It does. They do anything to take your vote away. If it didn't count, they wouldn't bother. So they really they're really on it. So trust and believe. Just be vigilant, folks. Be vigilant and do your part. It's just a small part. Hey, Jess, how you doing? It's just a small part of just checking your stuff, making sure it's good, but it goes a long way. Trust me. That's from anybody if you choose to come on, or if you just want to, I don't know, say hi. That's fine too. I ain't doing nothing. Um, yeah, a lot of people voted for Stacey, but he was the Secretary of State at the time, which he should have stepped down because he was running, because the Secretary of State is in charge of the votes. So he should have stepped down and they should have made him step down. However, they didn't do that. They allowed him to run and still be the Secretary of State. And then miraculously, 500,000 votes, people are purged from the rolls. And then on top of that, the margin in which he won by was so small that if he hadn't done that, she would be the governor of Georgia right now. So, oh yeah, definitely. So please be yeah, it's a conflict of interest, but it all depends on who you're talking to. Well, I hope you feel better. Hope you definitely feel better. Sorry to hear that. God's healing and God's speed to you, Lady T. What's wrong with this chat? It's moving slow. Sometimes the chat's moving slow, sometimes the chat is moving fast. Really, are you for Bernie Sanders? I mean, he'll definitely get closer than he did. I mean, young people really like him, so. And the government, the kind of Democratic establishment needs to realize too that they do need younger people. I mean, everybody at the top is near their 80s, if not 80 plus. So it's like, come on, let some young people in and kind of, change is good. It's not always bad all the time. Who do I like? I like a bit of, well, not bit of everybody, but at least out of Warren, Biden, and Sanders, I like a bit of the three of them. If they could like take pieces of each of them and make one person, that one person would have my vote. That's how it goes. But I mean, I'll just wait and see how things play out. But yeah. Because this country, one, is too sexist and racist for a woman. I mean, I think she would do great, and she has my vote. But a lot of people, it's the same thing. They did it to Hillary. They'll sit there and be Warren, and then go behind that booth like, oh, I don't think she'll do a good job because women are too emotional. And that'd be women saying the same thing about women. And it's like, huh? But then we'll go out the day after his inauguration with cat hats talking about stand up for women. Such hypocrites. I'm just like, what are you doing? Not us, of course, but the others. No, they don't. They don't like Warren either, actually. They don't like Warren either because it's all about change and it's taking a closer look at, just like Bernie Sanders said in the debate to Bloomberg when they asked him, how do you feel about your tax money? He's like, I worked hard for it. I like the money. And he said, yeah, just like your workers, the people that work for you work just as hard. I think they would like it too. And I mean, that's just right. You're giving yourself $20 billion and $30 billion bonuses. How? How are you giving that when your own workers are taking public transportation to work? That makes no sense. And granted, everybody don't have to have no fancy car, but I mean, something's got to give. You have the people working for you barely making it by, and you're giving yourself that large a bonus. It can't be. Hey, what's up, Absolute, bro? What's going on? Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I think it's just ridiculous. I mean, definitely wish that people would do better. And it's not about giving people handouts, because a lot of people want to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to work, but people also want to be respected in the job that they do. We have to understand that. Like, yes, no, a lot of people aren't going to take jobs because they feel it's degrading, even if they need it. But if there was some sort of, incentive, a lot of people probably would. Just like church, what? What do you mean, why be the kid? But just like church. I mean, church makes a lot of money too. Yeah, from what I was saying. Yeah, churches too. I mean, that's a prime example. You have your parishioners catching the bus. Why? I did a story a couple weeks ago. The lady was working in the church as a finance advisor. She walked away with, I want to say $500,000. Yeah, that she was ordering stuff online. And she only got caught because something had happened. Something had happened with something she ordered, and it got back. And then the church reported her to the police. So then they did an investigation, and they was watching, her habits. And that's how she got busted. But, and she was a black woman. I think it was a black church. But it said Saint something. So I don't know if it could have been Catholic, but pretty sure it's probably a black church. But yeah, she pocketed about $500,000. And you're like, how do you have that much money tax-free, and yet you preach to the people about hoping to God? And in church, you got to go through so much red tape even to get a little bit of money if you need help. You got to be a member. You have to have gone you have to been to so many services, or either in some group or something like that. It ain't you just show up and say, "Hey, I need help," and they helping you. No. So, and yet they make a profit that is tax exempt. I just find it to be a bit ridiculous. Have I looked into becoming an attorney or a lobbyist? When I was younger, I wanted to be a corporate attorney. When I was younger, a lobbyist, no, I have not looked into it. Gee, thanks. I appreciate that, James Boss. That's cool. Yeah, if your boss is driving a Benz or a Bentley or something like that, you should be too. Everybody in your church should be. At least the people should have Hondas or something. I mean, and the newest ones. I'm talking about maybe a year old, because it's ridiculous how much money these people make. And then they buying private planes, talking about they don't like to be on the planes with the people because of the spirits. These are the same people, though, that their spirits are okay for them to come into your church and give you their hard-earned money for your tithes and your offering. That's okay. Them spirits are okay, because they're the same spirits. But they're not good enough for you to sit in an airplane, even if it is in first class, with them same people. Get out of here. That you need a private jet to do that. And then you want the parishioners to pay for it. Again, same thing. We sit here and talk about how are we going to pay for this? But you sit in church and you give this man money because he wants to get another plane because he doesn't like the plane that he already has. But you'll give it to that freely because he said God told him he needed a new plane. And he put the seed into y'all. Hey, y'all, get me this plane because God said so. But then you'll turn around and go, no, everybody shouldn't have free health care because I don't want to have to pay for it. Make it make sense. I don't. Maybe I'm missing something. So if I'm missing something, please let me know. Because I just think that's just totally crazy. Somebody who can afford a plane is asking you to pay for a plane for him or her. But you will go, I don't want to give everybody health care because I don't want to pay for it. When they can buy their own plane, they got better health care than you. They are driving to church and you are taking whatever. I just don't. I don't see it. That's funny. Bernie could be 95. Right. Or won't even support your own dreams to prosper, right? But will tell you that God is a prosperous God and wants us all to prosper. And I'm sure, of course. But if you have the tools to help someone prosper, why not utilize that? And then some of them do. They have, programs in the church or whatever, software programs, learning programs to teach people, something different, even medical coding programs and all that stuff, which is great. But at the end of the day, that's all a tax write-off for the church. Now, if it's teaching you that and getting you the job and all of that, that's great. But again, that's still a tax write-off for the church. So even still, and the church don't even already pay no taxes. So that's just free money because they go, oh, well, we got a program where we help people, our parishioners, get, here you go. And that's more money. And then they turn around and ask you for your money. Because again, I want a plane. So they can fly comfortably and not worry about the other people on the plane. Okay. I don't buy it. But that's just me. What do I know? What do I know? They need to. Hey, Patty Duke, how you doing? Yeah, churches, a lot of churches are a big scam. A lot of them are. And don't get me wrong, some churches do give people hope. The premise of church is to give you hope, but all that stuff is within. You are the church, It's a relationship and it's a personal relationship. Everybody in church is sick. It's like going to the hospital. Everybody in there is sick. So it's like okay. All right. So, I don't get it. Hey, Wiggs, how you doing? Well, now, yeah, church and state has kind of commingled. It wasn't supposed to be that way. But, now they're using the church to get votes. You got Kanye West hopping around all the mega churches, not only to bring people in because of who he is, but then to turn around and tell you, yeah, vote for Trump because Jesus said so. All right. Hey. Thank you. Any other questions? Anybody else got any other questions? Not you, Wiggs. I'm sure it's late too. So I'm sure your question is gonna be something crazy. And I have on clothes. Okay. How do you? Okay, I need to know how you speed this chat up because this thing is taking forever and it's annoying. And I don't know how to do it. I'll figure it out later. because it's moving at a snail's pace and it's getting on my nerves. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. As you should. You should always lead with your heart. Because again, it's a personal relationship. And personal relationships usually are with the heart. They aren't with, what you see and all that kind of stuff. Because again, you could see all that because they quick to throw that in your face. The pastor will ride up in a Mercedes or something, and you'll feel some type of way about it. You can have that too. You just gotta follow the steps that God gave. Like, oh, okay, okay. When some of you don't even have degrees, you just, as what they used to say back in the day, jack leg preachers. It's really, really crazy. Yeah, where were you today, Wiggs? You was MIA. Mm-hmm. You're on the list, by the way, Wiggs. You are on the list. Because I didn't see you at 1:30 today. You're on the list. We used to call them preachers. Oh. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to the chat. Anybody who came in new. Okay, so to switch gears real quick, good question that I have. Anybody hear about Steven Spielberg's adopted daughter? She looks like she could be of mixed race or just light skin. She wants to do porn. And hold on. I think she's 23 years old. Her name is Michaela. She was adopted in 96 by Steven Spielberg. And she wants to do porn. She's 23. And her 47-year-old fiance supports her. I was like, what? He is old enough to be her father. But I guess when you have money, age don't matter, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I just think it's disgusting. I just think just that whole, her wanting to do porn, I guess, that's her thing. She used to have videos on Pornhub, but she doesn't anymore. She took them down till she gets her sex worker's license approved by the state of Tennessee. So don't go looking because it's down. Right. And that's the part that I brought it up to be like, but your father is the most famous director on the goddamn planet. Like, your name's just like Spielberg. Oh my God. Steven Spielberg is your father. You just couldn't do movies regularly. However, she she did in the time, like, for some time, deal with mental issues. So she says that she's a sexual creature. And that is her thing about. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne's daughter does it too, yeah. But I just find it like, I don't know. It's just a huge departure. Like, why would you do that? Not that nothing's really wrong with it per se, but if you already have the tools, or you don't even have to go that route, like right in front of your face. Why do that? Just, I don't know, just my thought. Porn is a form of film. Yeah, it is. But I mean, you could even get a loan from your father and start your own production company or your own thing. Like, why do porn? Right. Right. You are cut off completely. And then again, sometimes I think it's like a rebellious thing. But I mean, at 23 years old, what are you rebelling against? She looked like she already got everything. Plus, she was the adopted other, so I'm pretty sure you got a whole lot of stuff, so it wouldn't look bad. Like, why they treat her like that? Hold on. Stop, you guys are making me laugh. Now that I don't know you, I'm sorry. Who's at the gate? No, I'm sorry. I don't know who that is. No. Right. I could see if she wanted to direct, but no, she wants to be in them. Like she's done some. And I'm guessing they were amateur and they were on Pornhub. But like I said, she took them down until she gets her sex worker's license out of the state of Tennessee. But at 23 years old, you're so young. It's like, why would you make that decision? that's I don't know. I mean, touche. That's even kind of how I feel about like Dwayne Wade and his daughter, Zaya, right? I think Zaya. I think you're too young. Like, I get it. You might want to be called that. You might want to, all that is great. But you are too young to be like, maybe when you're older, we can revisit that. Like, you could call yourself that. You could, whatever. I'll support all that. But as far as like, you really going through, take your time. Like, a lot of people are such in a rush to do stuff now. And it's just like, you ain't even developed yet. You don't even know what you like. Even if you do still feel that way at 18, cool. We will fully go do what you need to go do. But until then, go through all the psych evaluations, make sure this is really what you want. Because it's not going to be easy. And once you do it, that's it. So you don't want to get to a place where you do it now because you're younger, and then you think, later on, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sure there are people out there that have done it. I mean, I'm sure there are people that, you know, are okay with the choice that they made, but I'm sure there are some people too who have thought about it like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I mean, and we've done it. We've, you know, made decisions when we were younger that now looking back, we're like, what was I thinking? That's, you know, relationships or anything. You think back and get a sense of maturity and growth, and you like, whew, thank God I didn't do that. I don't know what I was thinking. So it's just like, let life happen. Be like, what's his name? Is it EJ or something? Magic Johnson's son. Walk around like that all day, every day. Do that for a while. Then again, you could revisit it when you're 18. I don't mean to offend nobody. I'm just saying these are my personal views. It's like when I was a kid. Quick story. So, my oldest brother is 6 years older than me. So when he got his ears pierced, I was like, okay, I want to get mine pierced. Mother was like, nope, not till you 16. I was like, that's too far away. So my dad had his son over who he had previous relationship when my mom and him were not together for a time. He was over and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to get his hair. Is going to get his ear pierced. You want to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go." So he got his ear pierced. He was like, "You want yours pierced?" And I'm thinking to myself, hey, you know what mommy said, but I'm thinking like, well, she said it, but at the same time, if you say it's okay, then it must be okay. And I was all like, I'm for it. Let's go. So I did. I got it pierced. So I'm outside, and then mind you, I was 12, yeah, maybe like 11, 12, or something like that, like 11 or 12. So I'm outside because I know I am not going in the house because I'm getting trouble, right? So I'm trying to smooth it over like the best I can. So I'm outside and I'm like, oh, you look cool. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. Of course, my twin sister went and ran her mouth. And so I had that whole scene in the Cosby Show, like when he was doing this and they was looking and trying to look at his ear and he doing this. I so did it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And in the words of Reed, the Heart of Philadelphia, she said, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was leaning back, turning my head, and she's like, let me see. Let me see. She said, Christian. And she calls me my whole name. So when she says that, it's like, oh, you in trouble. So she looked and said, when'd you get your ear pierced? I said, today that took me. She said, what? I said, I went with Dad. She was like, he knows that I didn't want your ears pierced until you was 16. I was like, yeah. She said, you knew that. I said, yeah, I did. But then I thought it was okay. So I went along. So she was like, okay, go back outside. So I went back outside thinking, I'm good. I'm golden. I'm all right. She a little mad. She'll get over it. We good. We keep it going. So I'm outside. I'm playing. Go in the house next day. Go in the house. Go to shower. Go to bed. All like, this was. Maybe she's changed. Maybe she changed over a new leaf. Maybe it's different. Maybe she had a change of heart. So I wake up. I go downstairs because I was on the third floor, so the bathroom's on the second floor where their rooms are. So I came downstairs, and my grandmother's room is right by the bathroom. Like the bathroom straight ahead, her door is right there. So she's sitting on her bed. And she's like, "Good morning." I'm like, "Good morning, Grandma." She was like, "Come back in here. Come back in here when you go in the bathroom." So I'm like, "Okay." I go in the bathroom. I'm all like, "Yeah, Grandma, what you need? Sit right here." So I'm like, what happened? I sit down on that bed. Why was my mother behind the door? She closed the door. My grandmother held me down, and my mother yanked that earring out of my ear. You talking about pain? I was like, I don't ever want to pierce my ear ever again in life. I was like, holy mess. And it was, because they used the gun, so it was tight. You talking about pain? I was like, no, never again. So trust and believe. When I did this, it was like, I think I was like 19, and then the other one was like 20, 21, something like that. So yeah, yeah. Nah, no way. No, my grandma like held me, and she's a lot heavier than she was now. But she was on me. There was no jumping. And the way my mother was anyway, even if you did jump, she would yank it out. She would have got you. So yeah, and I was just like, I cannot believe you did that. So needless to say, the next day, of course, later that day when I went outside, people was like, what happened to you, Eric? I don't want to talk about it. And they're like, oh, I was like, yeah. So yeah. So yeah, people don't. Yeah, my mom ain't play with stuff like that. So needless to say, yeah, sometimes it's good to just let children wait. And yeah, you don't want to be. Hey, what's up, Rico? You don't want to be necessarily a bad parent, but you know how your life went. You had plans to do something, or you thought this is what I want to do, and things change, situations change, and it's not what I want to do anymore. So I say give it time. Like I empower her rather to know that that's where she wants to go, which is cool. That part I think is admirable, but I still think you should wait. All right, YB the Kid, good night. Thanks for stopping by. I'm about to call it a night pretty soon to you. Yes, I am. Yeah, so that's all. Top is what you need. What? I'm not even. I'm not even gonna answer that, Rico. I don't. I don't know what you're talking about. Wow, 22. I never got my eyebrow pierced because I was scared about that. Even when I got tattoos, though, I was like, girl, don't do nothing silly. Like, it's a tattoo. You said I had to wait till I was 17. I got it when I was 17. Leave me alone. Although the whole time she was just like pointing at, I cannot believe you marked up your body like that. I cannot believe you. Go get one. It's not that bad. Get a small one. That's what I used to tell all the time, but she never did it. That's because they're under clothes. I would have to take my clothes off. And you know, that you're great at that. That's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. I am not taking off my clothes. I'd be scared to do that. The piercing of the tongue thing, because people be talking about how the ball they swallowed the bars or whatever, or some people's tongue got really big and swollen, and then too the whole stigma with you getting the tongue piercing. Yeah, no thanks, no thank you. Okay, you have 6 tattoos. I have six too, but I think what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I do have 6. Oh, okay. Yeah, when I went, you got 8. When I was 17, and um, at 17 you could go with an adult. You didn't need your parents. You didn't need your parent signature. So my friend's mom, she took us, and that's how I got it. Otherwise, my brother would have probably took me, but he had to work, so he couldn't take me. Yes, the subject has changed a bit. Yes, it did. Just a tad, just a tad. Yeah, but I'm about to take a shower myself and call it. See, that's what I'd be afraid of, like swallowing the bar or something crazy. Not to mention that the whole stigma with, the tongue ring, and then it was like that whole let me see your tongue ring thing. I was like, yeah, no, I'll pass. I was thinking about getting my nose pierced, but my nose is too big. I'd be like drawing more attention to it. Oh, okay. Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, wow. 5 piercings. Well, I was thinking about getting my nipples pierced, but they're entirely too small. I have baby nipples. For those of you who don't know, I do. Of course, you wouldn't know, but I do. I wanted them pierced, but I don't think they could do it. By the time they pierce my whole chest, and I ain't trying to have that. Okay, 11. One of my best friends in New York, he has so many tattoos now. I think I don't lost count. I think he has like his tattoos. He has so many tattoos. He don't even need a sleeve. Like all of his tattoos are sleeves. Really? You think so? Just? I mean, they're really, really small. Like I don't even think so. Like no, I'm serious. Like it'd be like, what is it a pierce? I'm like, please don't. I've never been to Atlanta. I take that back. As a teenager, I went on a college tour in Atlanta, but we didn't really, we just hit the schools and was like, bam, bam, bam. Okay, we out. But as an adult, I have yet to go down to Atlanta. Mine's is 2, but yours is cute. How would you know? You don't know. I mean, unless you follow me on Instagram, then you might know. I'll take that back. You probably follow me on Instagram, so maybe you do know. You from Philly. Oh, thank you. I am not from Philly. I am actually from New York. I did go to school in MPA, went to Lincoln, and used to go down to Philly quite often to hang out and stuff. But I am not from Philly. Although one of my good friends, he is from Philly, and that's how I got familiar with the city of Philadelphia. The only person that can ruin my brand is me because it's mine. So, with that said, they're just gonna pay that no mind. Oh yeah, I am definitely from New York all day. Although people are like, oh, you've been in Maryland too long. You might as well just say you from Maryland now. Never, because I wasn't born in Maryland. I mean, not that there's nothing wrong with Maryland, but no, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, thank you. I try. I mean, I don't know what I'm staying strong at, but I try. I know. I know, Rico. I've heard it's off the chain. Oh, I'm from Queens. I'm from Queens. Like not too far from Southside Boulevard of Linden, Tribe Called Quest, Lost Boys, Onyx. Like my brother knew all them characters. Actually, the Lost Boys. My brother was close friends with uh, one of them, and they were a cousin. And then I was best friends with his cousin, so it was like we were all just friends. But yeah, that was a big thing when they did their first video, and everybody from the neighborhood was like in the park, and I was just like, okay, I'm over it. I'm ready to go home. What made me move to Maryland? Funny story. One of my good friends from New York was actually living out here. And me being a good friend, of course, he'd call and be like, you need help or something like that. And I would just send it. And then after a while, of course, I was done with school. And I was like, I don't want to be living at home and be 25. And I was almost about to be 24. So I was like, hey, I was like, me sending you stuff all the time. How about I just come down there? in hindsight, I should have thought differently, but it did. It taught me a lot. I will say that I was thankful that my mom taught me things that at first when I was younger, I thought, woman, you crazy. Like, no, I'm not picking up something that I didn't drop. He dropped it or she dropped it. Make them pick it up. But of course, there was a method to the madness that I didn't understand. But once I lived on my own and had roommates, I was like, where did y'all come from? Because I wasn't raised like that. So that was different. But that's how I ended up in Maryland. And then, of course, with working and everything, I kind of developed my own life here. So I was here ever since. Even though my mother would call all the time when I first moved here, like, you can come back home, right? You can come back home. I'm like, Ma, yeah, I know, but I'm acting like, God forbid, of course, something happened to you guys and I have nobody to depend on. So just let me figure this out. And, she didn't like it sometimes because I would, just getting a job and doing all that stuff. Sometimes my cell phone was off and I would purposely just like wait till I got paid or something to pay it. And she would email me when she started to really get savvy with emails and be like, your cell phone's off. Why is your cell phone off? Why didn't you tell me? Because I didn't want to. I wanted to be able to do it on my own. And she'll pay it or something. And I still had those. Actually, I just found those emails and I was like, oh, that's cool. So sometimes I'll read them because they were encouraging and stuff, like, oh, you won't be in the same place. You'll get it and just stay with it and stuff like that. So it was cool. Okay. Oh, cool. Cool. Just that's cool. From the Beltway, please. I might be in DC. You might see me. Right. Yeah, I'm sure. I have no idea what that is, but I bet I can find it. By the shrimp. On Benning Road. I've heard of Benning Road. I've heard of that road before, but no, unfortunately, she's not. She passed in May. About what it'll be 4 years ago now. It'll be coming up on 4 years. Yeah. Nope, she's no longer here. But she didn't play no games. We used to call her the warden. She didn't like that name, but she ran a very tight ship. Like there was no like nothing. She's the type like if you was cleaning the front or cleaning the yard because we had a front and a backyard, she'd make you sweep up the dirt, like the stuff you'd be like, it's the street, don't nobody. No, you'd have to sweep that up too. And if you didn't do it, she'd make you go back outside and do it. So definitely not a game. Oh, cool. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's all right. It was tough because we would butt heads a lot because we too much alike. I'm not like you're not like me. You don't get that from me. But yeah, I get a lot of my stuff from her. Right. Not a small meet and greet. Yeah, I have a twin sister. Yeah, we are fraternal, not identical. Because of course she's a female. But yeah. I don't think we look alike, but I think we look more like brother and sister than actual twins. That used to be the worst. Okay. I'm saying it and I'll say it again. The worst. Because we had to do everything together. Like it was bad. And then Didn't help it that my mother was like overprotective of me. Right. That part. Okay. It didn't help that my mother was overprotective of me. So if she didn't know if she didn't know any of the males, like their parents or whatever, I couldn't go. So 9 times out of 10, I was either dragging my sister along or she was dragging me along, to the point where her friends became my friends. And then my mom would get mad because if my sister had a sleepover, they'd be like, I'm like, I can't stay. I gotta go. And she would literally kick me out the house. And then I'd have to call one of my friends and be like, oh, can I stay at your house tonight? Because my sister's having a sleepover. And they'd be mad as hell. Like, oh, I thought you were staying. Nope. I'd be like, after Monopoly or whatever y'all playing, he got to go. So it was the worst. Yeah. But anyway, I've been on here long enough talking y'all heads off. Coming to Texas for the spring. I've actually been to Houston. I went to Houston in 2016. I was there for like 5 days. It was nice. I wouldn't mind going back. I like Houston now. I don't know about staying and get too hot. I don't like to be hot. I hate it. I hate being hot. I can't stand it. You said don't go. Okay, I won't. But I will go visit though. I like Houston. All right. Well, yeah, I'm definitely get off of here because I've been out here long enough. But I thank you guys for sticking around and listening to my stories and all that mess. But don't stay. We're full. Oh, no. Like, can I stay in the town over or something? I won't stay exactly in Houston. I'll stay in some town over because I don't like to be near no city anyway. That's too much access. People start knocking on your door and showing up. Talking about, I was in the neighborhood. No, you wasn't. You wasn't in no neighborhood. So that's why I like being as far as I am, because people can't just pop up. You gotta literally know that I'm home to show up. Because if you don't, you're gonna be one mad puppy because you're just gonna be sitting out there. But again, thank you guys for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening. Really, we're never close. Me and my sister were close. We're not that close anymore. She has a husband, so we don't really talk that much anymore. But we were always close growing up. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I've seen the traffic in people's pictures and things, and on Instagram. I'm like, no way, I can't do that. New York traffic ain't even that bad. Now will you be sitting in traffic for hours? I can't. Hey. 06, it wasn't that bad. I've heard. Hey. What's going on? I was about to log off of here. So you think about modeling. Funny, I don't want to even get to a story, but when I was younger, I used to do commercials, like really young, like 4, I think. Yeah, like 4 or something like that. But then after that, I never really got back into it. But I did at one point in life. And I guess I made good money from it because at one point my mother used it later on in life. And I was like, I think like high school, I think around prom time, I was like, oh, I'll just use that money and, get my limo and do all that stuff. And she was like, yeah, about that. I've been used that, but you still have some money. Like you can still get it, but I've been used that. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's cool. I know. Yes, I do. I love you guys. Yeah, George Washington Bridge is horrible. But I don't want to random question. How long have you been growing your locks? I have been growing my locks now for 12 years. I did cut them though. So this is not the actual length. Like if I didn't cut them, the actual length, they would probably be like, I'd probably be sitting on them fully now, but I did cut them. 2 years ago, before I went to Mexico, I cut them. So and they were like, I cut them here. So all this is, all this is within 2 years, and it's actually down my back now. So, so it grew pretty fast. Yeah, me too. Once I get started with tattoos, I am addicted. So are you a top or a verse? We want to know. I don't know who we are. I don't know who we are. I am a top. I'm not gonna say I haven't tried it years ago in life. I did. I didn't like it, and it wasn't for me. I mean, no pun intended to those who enjoy it. It just wasn't for me. I would. No, no, no way. What do I use on my hair? Mostly coconut oil, and just regular shampoo and stuff like that. Just coconut oil and regular shampoo. I try not to put too much stuff in it because my scalp gets sensitive and stuff. So if I put too much stuff, it'll start to itching, and I'll start to scratching, and then I'll start to washing it again, and all types of stuff. Oh, really? You don't like lock hooks? Why? Why is that? Well, my mother used to think it wasn't real. She'd be like, "That's your hair. Is that your hair? Is that really hair? It's probably pieces." I was like, "Ma, no. You've seen it come out of." Well, she didn't fully see it come out of my scalp because I guess every time I would come home to visit, it would be longer, and she'd be like, "Oh, I guess your hair grew so fast." But yeah. Oh, I haven't done a back one yet, but I've heard the back hurts. I'm not sure. Chest hurts. Of course, I have that one, and that right there, right here. Oh my God, you talking about hurt? That almost made me want to get up from the table and be like, you know what? That's it. You can leave it. That joint hurt. But other than that, yeah, that was the one that hurt the worst. Yeah, on God is right. Thank you. I'm sorry from the. No, you fine, Rico. You fine. You fine. No worries. I don't take it personal. That big of a deal. Um, on the gram, and I have. Okay. Oh well, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I try to take it. Well, I mean, I do take care of it. Not even I try. But I do have a picture of me having short hair on my Instagram. But to me, I still look the same. I mean, I guess it just adds a little extra, but to me, I still look the same. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, welcome to the fold when you do. It was tough for me. I will say this growing locks definitely helped me with being humble, with just being. Because before I had locks, I was in the barber chair almost like every week. It was like a haircut one week, shape up the next week, haircut one week, shape up the next week. And it was like that. So not being able to like really touch your hair like that when you're starting locks and stuff was very much like, it was a few times I was like, you know what? Yeah, this is about to be a done deal. So it did teach me patience, because I used to have, it was some days I would go to work and it'd be like twisty things on this side and a fro over here. Even my coworkers was like, boy, I'm glad it's looking better because I don't know how long you was going to last. So, but now people cheat and stuff and do all that stuff. So you could do that too. But the journey is definitely important. Did you ever have 360 waves? Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. I sure did. I mean, now it's this whole trick of wetting your hair, like putting soap and wetting your hair and brushing it, then putting a do-rag on your head, putting water on your head, like blow drying the do-rag with it on your head, and then taking it off so you have a full head of waves or something. That's a lot. I mean, all I did was wash it, brush it, put a do-rag on it, and wake up. But you can't wait till you get your 360 wave back. Yeah, I mean, it just takes some training, I guess. Or you could try that trick. I mean, if I find it, I'll forward it to you. It seems to work, I guess. Well, I mean, I already have alcohol, but if you have some alcohol, you can get yourself a shot. You could do that before we get out of here. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I will pray for her when I'm taking my shower and stuff. Awesome. Who's hard? Who's humble? Oh, me. Am I? I mean, I naturally I am. If you kind of ruffle me a little bit, yeah, it's a whole different side. But originally, yeah, I'm pretty humble. I don't, I don't get bent about a shit about a lot of things. You're like, oh, you're so nice. Don't get it twisted. My sister is nicer than me, definitely. Like if you want super duper nice, you'd be like, oh, she's so much better than you because I'm not that nice. Not as nice as her. Oh, okay. Oh, oh, he was short to get a cheaper price. That's funny. That is funny. A lot of people do, but starting it shouldn't cost that much. That's now that's the problem I'm gonna have if I move someplace else because I'm so spoiled. The two people that have done my hair, I've known them for a long time, so it was like $50, $70, I think at the most. Oh, my mom should have it. They'll pop it in the chat eventually at some point. But that's crazy, Jess. That is crazy, crazy. I wonder how much was he charging? Because yeah, when I hear some people, there's one person I know was like he paid like 100. Did he say $150? I was like, for what? Jesus. I said, oh hell no. Mm-mm. I wouldn't do that. I'd lose my mind. I do it myself, and I don't have the patience for it. I do not do it myself. As you can see, it looks crazy. Usually, my best friend she'll do it for me. I just have to be nice to her, and she'll do it for me. And she'll fuss at me. She'll definitely fuss me out, but she does it. But she does hair anyway, so. And then I get to be her guinea pig anyway, so that way when she does have clients that have locks, and they be like, "Can you twist up my hair?" She's like, "I sure can." So it works out. We help each other. We definitely help each other. Oh, you cheating on me now, internet? Really? Really? You cheating on me? Oh, my heart is hurt. My heart is hurt. Can we get the shots ready? Everybody have their shot ready? Because my heart's hurt now. I just need to finish the rest of this. Thank you. Oh, you don't have to do that. I'm good. My hair. Okay. Clothes. I'm wearing clothes. Okay. Everybody got their shot ready? Who doesn't have their shot ready? Hey, Auntie Donna. Once again. I don't like doing my hair either. I don't know how people do it. I didn't start no harem. She she told me earlier that she loved me down, and then now she's cheating on me. Hurt my feelings. Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, take your shot. That was a lot in there. It was all at the bottom. Oh yeah. All right. Ouch. Oh wow. I took the shot already. Cat's wives fight. No, you guys are my wives. I I wouldn't leave you guys hanging. You're like my sister wives, but like, it's different. It's different. All right, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, I still love you too. It's all good. Well, again, finally, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I had a good time, kind of letting my hair down, literally, just chilling with you guys. It was fun. See you around in the chats, and definitely see you. I'm not with you right now, sir. I definitely see you on. Don't forget to come and check out Tuesdays for politics and wellness. And if you're not subscribed to Mr. Credentials, please do. He talks about mental health and wellness, which I think is important. Just to even, do mental checks and do wellness checks on ourselves. I think it's important to keep everything in line and balanced. Get your chakras right. All that stuff is important. Oh, you missed a lot, sister, because I'm about to go finally to bed. I'm about to get in the shower and call it a night. You missed a lot. You're going to have to watch it on the replay. But I thank you for coming through. Have a beautiful night. Peace and blessings to you all. Thanks once again for stopping by. Thank you to my mod, you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are beautiful. You rock. I know, Rico, you're just being silly. I know, I'm just messing with you. It's all good. Thank you for all the content creators who stopped by. And if you are a content creator, real quick, just drop a 1 in the chat. So if anybody doesn't know anything about you guys, let them link you and lock you up and check them out. Other than that, I am done. I don't really have anything else left for you guys other than I just got to shower. Well, not that I got to shower because I don't stink, but I don't like to go to bed without showering. So that's a note. That's a note. I don't just get in the bed. Yeah. Don't be fighting over my brother. Leave him alone. Damn, absolute. They got you, huh? Uh-oh. 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 Mm-mm-mm. See, already y'all messing with YouTube. Thanksgiving is gonna be a hard time. Y'all gonna be fighting over me or fighting over absolute. Come on, you guys. Come on. But anyway. All right, you guys. Peace out. Love you guys. Have a great night. Peace. Press the